Hello, my kindergartners. How are you? It is I, Mr. Berglund, and if you're watching this, I am not with you in classes because I'm having a baby, a little baby. Look at, I have a little pineapple baby. Rock-a-bye, baby, pineapple fruit. In my arms, you will go to sleep soon. But just because I'm not here doesn't mean we can't have science, all right? So we are going to continue with our lessons. So the past two classes, remember we meet on Monday, we have been talking about motion and force. Now, before I go any further, remember, because this is a video, hoping you're watching this together as a class, this means you can pause this video and you can resume this video whenever you want. So in this video, I might be asking you a question. And I want you to maybe discuss with your class. I want some of you to share your ideas. What are you thinking? What do you know? What do you understand? So after I ask you a question, please pause this video. And then when you're ready to resume, you just press play and we'll continue like nothing ever happened, okay? So the first class, remember we took our top, right? We had our top and we wanted to put it in motion. Now, can any of you remember, do any of you remember what it means for an object to be in motion? What is motion? This is where you would pause the video. Right? Motion, right, is when something moves from place to another place. So we have this top, right? And it's in motion because it's spinning around. Look at it. Ooh. Everybody say ooh. Everybody say ah. Right? It's in motion. It's moving from one place to another. But then we talked about the idea of force. Right? What is force? Well, if you can remember, let me bring this up. Force is a push or pull that makes things move, right? This top can't spin on its own. I have to apply a force. I have to twist it or rotate it around. And by applying a force, now it spins around. Look at the red little shiny knight. It's very nice. This is my little top. I made it move, all right? So motion is when something moves from place to place. Look it. I'm in motion. Remember we did a dance party, right? We were in motion. We were doing little dance moves, right? We were in motion. You can go up and down. You can go side to side. You can spin around, right? There's so many things that can be in motion, but you need to use a force. A force needs to be used. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to think about the idea of force. So I would like everyone to please get a book. I have a book right here. All right? Put your book on your table or your desk, whatever is in front of you. All right? Can you see this book? Now, can this book move on its own? Can it move on its own? Go ahead. Try and make your book move without touching it, right? It has to be in front of you. You have to get it to move without touching it. Go. Wingardium Leviosa. Hey, Mr. Book, how come you're not moving? I want you to go here, but you're not moving from here to here. You're just staying there. Come on, Mr. Book. Class, why isn't your book moving? What do you need to do in order to get your book to move? Discuss with your classmates. What needs to happen in order to get your book to move? Because no matter how much I try to use my just brain power to get it to move, it's not going to move. Something has to happen. Did any of you say use a force? Use force? Remember, force is needed to make something move. All right. So this is what I want you to do. Now that you have your book on your table, what I want you to do is try and get the book to move farther away from you? Can you get the book to move farther away from you? Please, you can use your hands. What type of motion are you going to have to do in order to get the book to move farther away from you? Go ahead and try doing that. Okay? So now that you've spent a few seconds moving the book away from you, like everyone, just demonstrate, using your hands, what type of motion did you have to do? Let's all demonstrate it in the air. Right? 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 What type of motion is that called when you are kind of moving things away from your body? What type of force is that? Do any of you know? Are any of you familiar with that type of force? My friends, I hope you were discussing, right? It's called a, starts with a P, ends in an H, has a U-S in the middle. It's called a push. It says push is moving an object away from you, right? When you go to move the book, right? You're moving your arms. Your arms start closer to your body, and as you're pushing, you move your arms farther away from your body. I'll go from this side, right? You're moving your arms farther away from your body. Okay, here I have this little image. It looks to be a mother, and she is pushing, right? She's pushing these two little kiddos on a sled, right? And she's pushing them farther away so that they can get some attraction. And by pushing them, right, by pushing the book, you are putting it in motion because it's moving from one place to another. Okay, class? So, this is what I want you to do. It's going to be fun. So hopefully you have some balls at your house if you're watching this from home, or on campus you brought a ball with you, or there are balls on campus. I want us to have a pushing competition. So what that means is all of you, each student should have a ball, and I want you guys to make sure you're socially distanced, you're being respectful, and you're listening to your teachers, whoever is outside with you. But when you're outside with your ball, I want to see how far you can push the ball. You can have a competition with your classmates, see who can roll it farther. Okay? Maybe you don't want to go for how far. If you just want to practice pushing the ball, but a push, remember, a push is moving an object away from you. So you're going to be pushing the ball far. And maybe you want to see how far it rolls. Okay? So, that is our lesson on pushes. We are going to continue next week, boys and girls. But thank you so much for all your hard work. I miss you. I hope you are healthy and well and having a great day. And I will see you soon.